are well taken care of, right? I mean, because when you build a fighter, when you take him to that level, you want to make sure that everything, but not here, not at Golden Boy. We want to test you. We want to make sure that you're ready for that next level, mentally, physically. So I strongly feel that this fight here, the co-main event, will be a barn burner, will be a learning experience, will be that next level. I would like to introduce to you the once defeated Estaudi Suero. He only has one loss with 13 fights and 10 knockouts. He comes from the Dominican Republic. Estaudi Suero. Estaudi.
Buenas tardes, ante todo, le quiero dar las gracias a Dios por esta oportunidad que me ha dado, gracias a Golden Boy, Juan Bosch y mi compañía, y con Papá Dios mediante va a salir victorioso el sábado y ese título me lo llevo para Dominicana.
Good evening, everybody. I am happy to be here. I am from the Dominican Republic, and God gave me the strength to be here with you guys. And this Saturday, I'm going to do my best in the ring, and that title is going back with me to the Dominican Republic.
There we go. There we go. I love confident fighters. I love, fighters with great records, and it's one thing on paper, it's one thing in the ring. It's a matter of the talent. It's a matter of matchups. It's a matter of what you take inside that ring and prove to yourself, prove to the fans that you're the best. So this is going to be an exciting fight. The next young man, he's obviously one of our top young prospects, undefeated, hails out of Austin, Texas, and like I said, he's probably one of the hardest workers in the game. You watch his social media, you watch his videos, and I can assure you that boxing is his life, 24/7. But that's exactly what it takes to become a contender, to become a world champion, to become a star. It's not only mental, but physical as well. You have to train as hard as you can. You have to, put in the work. And this young man is no exception to that. With a record of 16-0, 12 knockouts, Floyd Schofield. Floyd.
What's up, everybody? I'm back. Saturday, it's gonna be a good show. I'm excited. I've been working super hard. I would like to give a big thanks to my father, to Golden Boy, to my team, everybody that made this happen. Man, I was just been anxious to get back in the ring. What he's saying, it sounds good. My last opponent said the same thing. Y'all know how that ended. So just tune in Saturday. I'm gonna give y'all a good show, and we're getting a stoppage.
Before we introduce the main event, I want to speak a few words about what I was preaching. I believe it was last year sometime, and that's working with promoters, working with all the other promoters to make the best fights happen, to give the fight fans, the best fights, to give the fighters the opportunity. I strongly feel that we are gaining momentum. We are delivering the best fights that we can. The perfect examples have been, the fights we've done with Eddie Hearn, the fights we've done with Bob Arum, the fights we've done with everybody. So it is my pleasure, really, to introduce a friend of mine, and he's been in the boxing business for a long time, and he's always done a great job, and that's Lou DiBella. Lou.
This is a terrific show. I'm happy to be here, actually. Golden Boy has a tremendous stable of young talent, and a lot of them are showcased on this card. I'm looking forward to seeing them. This little guy over here, I said, gave him his props because one of my favorite young fighters. I think he's absolutely one of the top 5 young fighters in the world, and I think this kid's going to be a beast. So I'm looking forward to this show. I'm looking forward to the main event. It's a real title eliminator between 2 guys who deserve to be in that position. And I'm a fan of Zepeda. I told him this also. A terrific fighter, pressure fighter, a lot of fun to watch. Maxi, one of the finest gentlemen I've ever worked with, a technician, a guy that proved his mettle in the fight with Kambosos and had a lot of reason to be upset after that fight. And everyone who saw that fight knows that those scores were largely indefensible. And I want to really follow up to what Oscar said about working with one another, because one of the reasons I wanted to be here personally, other than the fact that I've gotten to know Maxi and his family pretty well lately. He's hit two beautiful kids here and his wife. Good to see you guys here. I called, Eric Gomez and I discussed this fight when we realized that these guys were in position to fight an eliminator, and we said, look, let's consider it if it comes to that. And when it did, I called Eric and I said, you know, Eric, I feel very personally about this one. I promised Maxi and his team and his family that he wouldn't be treated like a loser. That people saw the performance against Kambosos and what he did, and that he deserves to be treated fairly. And I didn't get anything back. Usually when you have these discussions, and I'm not going to name people out there, but there are people that try to convince you how little your fighter was worth. And that's not the experience I had in this fight. It was Eric saying, you know what, man, I thought he won that fight. And I get where you're coming from. And I gave, Eric gave me a number that was not outrageous. I gave him a number that I thought I needed. We met right in the middle. It was a fair number. It took about 30 minutes to do this fight and 3 phone calls. And it was such a pleasure to work with professionals and to work with somebody that treats not only his fighters, but the fighter on the other side of the deal with the respect they deserve. And from me and Maxi's team, thank you to Golden Boy. Thank you, Eric. It really was a pleasure doing this deal. I'm looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be a terrific main event. May the best man win. And thank you, Oscar.
He's a former world champion. I mean, he gave, like Lou said, he gave a hell of a performance where I believe everybody thought that he won. I mean, I saw him win against Kambosos. There's no ifs or buts about that. I mean, he was relentless in there, and I strongly feel that he's very, very worthy of this title eliminator. I mean, once again, imagine being in a position to fight for a world title if you win on Saturday night. It's like a dream come true, but it's what we do. You know, it's very deserving. You know, a lot of times you see records on paper and it's like, okay, this guy has a few losses, whatever. No, don't let that fool you. It's once you get inside that ring, you know, records really don't matter. You're one punch away from victory. So yeah, it is my pleasure. Former world champion, record of 26-6, Maxi Hughes. Maxi.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here in Las Vegas. You know, from how my career's been and gone. You know, let's not forget, I'm here on merit. You know, the fight with George, it broke my heart, them judges, and you know, that's something I'm so passionate about. Is all I want in this fight particular is just fair judges. You know, the state of Nevada has selected the pool of judges. We're happy, and that's all we want. You know, in boxing, it's just fair judging. You know, I've put that behind me, what happened with Kambosos. The IBF have done the right thing. You know, thank you to Daryl Peoples and everybody at the IBF. We made our thoughts and feelings known to them after the George fight, and they agreed. So very happy, and that's why I am here on merit. You know, I am Golden Boy. I'm like Rocky, got the Apollo, chose him out of a book. I haven't been chosen out of a book. I've been handed this. You know, I've earned it. You know, the IBF have ordered me and William here to fight. So you know, both of us are here on merit because we are, you know, we're the best, we're the next people in line to be going forward, you know. Respect William, we've watched him, we know what he's about, and we've shown him that respect in our preparation. You know, my team down here, we've worked very hard, you know. Not many people are giving us a chance, but they never have in any of my career. You know, my last seven fights, I think I might have been favourite one or two times, and we get job done. It's what we do, you know. We get our head down, we work away quietly, we like a laugh, but we get the work done when we need to get it done, and we get results. And it'll be no different Saturday night. You know, I've been working hard all my career. This is 14 years now, professional. You know, and you know, as all fighters, you know, that Las Vegas dream. I actually saw the fight poster up on a billboard the other day. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I've earned this. I'm here. You know, I'm here. Nobody's taking this away from me. You know, I'm looking forward to the fight. You know, thanks for Team A for coming out, my sponsors, Hunters and DBG for supporting me, allowing me to live my dream and put the work in day out. Yeah, roll on Saturday night and we'll get that win and step closer to a world title. Thank you.
Thank you, Maxi. I'm going to say a few words in Spanish. Primeramente, gracias por estar aquí. Estamos muy contentos, muy felices nuevamente de presentarles una gran velada de boxeo. Este sábado estamos emocionados porque William Zepeda es un peleador obviamente con mucho talento, trabajador y que tiene sueños de ser campeón mundial, sueños de ser el mejor en su división, y obviamente este sábado es otra prueba, pero una prueba muy importante, eliminatoria. El que gane este sábado pelea por el campeonato mundial de la AMB o de la FIB. Así que estamos la verdad que ansiosos, ¿no? de ver el sábado quién va a ser el mejor. Y obviamente William Zepeda es un peleador con mucho talento y, como dije, trabajador. Así que esperemos una gran noche de boxeo, una gran victoria para nuestro campeón. You know, his record tells it all. You know, and yes, I did say on paper it really doesn't mean anything, but you know, when you have 29 fights and you're undefeated with 25 KOs, it's really something to look at and pay attention. You know, he's considered one of the most dangerous fighters in his division. His punch output is incredible. I've never seen anything like it until I was going back to my library and watching some fights of Salvador Sanchez, who he reminds me of. You know, he's a fighter who just throws a lot of punches and bunches and wears you out and just keeps coming and just doesn't stop, and it's pretty impressive, you know. But when you're fighting at this level, at this high level, you know, Maxi Hughes is no walk in the park. Maxi Hughes is a world champion. Maxi Hughes has been in there with the very best. So again, I mean, this, you can call it a test, you can call it, you know, the toughest fight of his life, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but we'll just have to wait on Saturday night. Yeah, very excited to watch this fight on Saturday. So with a record of 29-0, 25 knockouts, William Zepeda. William.
¿Qué tal? Buen día a todos. Para mí es un honor estar aquí presente, estar aquí en Las Vegas. Aún recuerdo que de niño, cuando iniciaba en el boxeo, todos me preguntaban, a lo mejor el modo jugando o no sé, que cuándo era mi pelea en Las Vegas, cuando yo iba iniciando solamente, pero ahora muchos me preguntaban que cuándo era mi siguiente pelea, y ahora sí ya puedo decir cuándo peleaba yo en Las Vegas, y pues para mí es un honor estar aquí presente. Como lo mencionaba Oscar, tengo una prueba muy difícil este sábado, pero sabemos que la preparación, la constancia que hemos llevado durante años nos va a dar primeramente Dios esa victoria. También respeto mucho a Hughes, sabemos el potencial que tiene, sus cualidades, y por eso hicimos una gran preparación junto con el profesor Carlos Duarte, con el Panda, con todo el equipo de trabajo en Jiquipilco, y pues estamos listos para dejar en claro quién es el Camarón Zepeda en la 135. Y pues agradecido con Golden Boy, con Eric, con todos, por la oportunidad, y I'm ready for everyone who is lightweight division.
Hello everybody, it's an honor to be here in Vegas. And I remember as a kid, people would ask me when I started fighting, when will you fight in Vegas, kind of making fun of me. Well, now I can answer them. I'm fighting in Vegas this Saturday. I know Maxi Hughes is a great opponent, that's why we're fighting him. And I'm just thankful with my teammate, Carlos Duarte, my team, my father, all my people from Tejupilco, where I trained every single day for this fight. I want to thank Golden Boy, I want to thank Eric, and thank everybody for being here. And the rest, he said it in English.
Thank you very much. And you know, it's always a treat when you see fighters speaking in English. You know, it's pretty awesome. So, congratulations. Welcome to Las Vegas. Just closing remarks. Once again, I want to repeat, and this is very important, working with one another, working with other promoters, working to make the best fights happen. You know, I've always been calling out Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum. I've always been calling out PBC, Al Heyman. You know, there's a reason why we did the Canelo Munguia. There's a reason why we're doing, you know, Devin Haney with Ryan Garcia. We are willing to work with everyone to give the fight fans the best fights possible. And once again, thank you, Ludabella. Once again, for being a class act, for always paving the way for young promoters like myself. You really have been a great example, and so we continue this march to move forward. And again, we must work together to give you the best fights possible. We will now pose the fighter for pictures. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Comport quick. You're gonna look aquí on the stomach, right here where it's marked. You're gonna look straight to the cameras. You guys, Floyd, wait for a second. I'm gonna get there. All right, look straight to the back. Pose. Look straight to the back. Hold it for 10 seconds. All right, face off.
Good job.
Good job. Thank you. All right, stand here. 1 second. Lou, do you want to come up? Or where's Lou? Lou?
Still keep up. Let's get all the fighters.
Yeah. Come on, you guys. Tristan, go up. Stand here right next to Oscar. Right there. Yeah. Tristan, come on here on the side. Scoot in. Oh, hold on. Alright. Yeah. Alright, get closer. Actually, go on to the other side where Tristan is. Yeah. Alright. Now look straight to the back.